Ever thought your automatic car is foolproof? Well, think again. A few simple mistakes can quietly ruin your vehicle, and by the time you notice, the damage has already been done. Today we're talking about 15 things you should never do in an automatic car. Avoid these and you'll save yourself from major repair bills. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video for all of our best tips and tricks. You don't want to miss out on any of them. Let's get started. First things first, shifting gears while moving. Ever thrown your car into park while it's still moving? Well, you shouldn't do that. That clunk you hear? It's the parking pawl. Basically a tiny metal part working overtime to keep your car in place. Keep doing it, it's only a matter of time before it breaks. And switching from drive to reverse without stopping first, you're setting yourself up for a repair bill that could easily hit $3,000. Some newer cars won't even let you do this by blocking the shift if you haven't come to a complete stop. But if your vehicle doesn't have that feature, remember, always come to a complete stop before you change gears. Your car and your wallet will thank you. Alright, now that you know the damage shifting gears too early can cause, let's move on to the next mistake that could ruin your car's health. Hard launches and fast acceleration. Slamming the gas might feel awesome, but for your car, not so much. When you accelerate hard, the RPMs shoot up from 900 to over 10,000 in seconds, putting a lot of pressure on parts like the engine, clutch, and gears. For race cars, sure, they're built for this kind of pressure, but they also get regular maintenance, often every few days. But your everyday car, not designed for that kind of stress. Doing it occasionally won't break your car, but if you make it a habit, it starts to wear down important parts like engine mounts, suspension bushings, and the transmission. Also, hard takeoffs burn more fuel than smooth ones. Today's cars can handle some stress, but if you want your car to last longer, it's better to take it easy. Pushing it too hard too often could lead to expensive repairs later on. But hard launches aren't the only thing that could cause damage. Now moving on to something you might be doing without thinking, revving a cold engine. We've all done it. Start the car on a cold morning and give it a little gas right away. Well, that's actually not great for your engine. When the engine's still cold, parts like the pistons and rings haven't fully expanded yet, so they don't fit together perfectly, which can cause extra wear. Also, revving a cold engine causes sudden temperature changes, which puts extra stress on it. And don't forget about the oil. Cool oil is thick and doesn't move around easily, so it can't protect the engine well. If you rev too early, the engine runs without proper lubrication, which causes more damage. To keep things running smoothly, just let the engine warm up a bit before you start driving aggressively. On warm days, a minute should do, but on colder days, give it 5. It's worth the wait. Now moving on to something you might be doing without thinking, driving with 2 feet. It might seem like using both feet to drive an automatic car gives you more control, but it's actually a recipe for trouble. Automatic vehicles are designed for single-foot driving, so using 2 feet can cause confusion, especially when you need to stop quickly. When your left foot rests on the brake, even lightly, it constantly applies pressure, leading to something called riding the brake. This wears down your brake pads much faster than usual, and over time it can cause overheating, brake failure, and hefty repair bills, up to $270 per axle. But there's more. Using both feet can confuse your muscle memory. In a panic, your brain might mix things up and make you press the wrong pedal, which could end badly. Driving with 2 feet isn't against the law, but it's a habit best left to race car drivers, not everyday drivers. Stick to 1 foot and stay safe. So now that we know about this bad habit, let's move on to the next mistake that might be tempting but isn't worth it. Unnecessary car mods might seem like a fun way to make your ride stand out, but they can come with many hidden problems. Not only can they mess with your car's reliability, but they can also lower your fuel efficiency and even void your warranty, leaving you stuck with expensive repairs. While mods can give your car a unique look, they're not always the best choice for automatics. If you're looking for better performance, a vehicle designed for it is always the way to go. Manual transmissions offer more control, which make upgrades more effective. Automatics, on the other hand, just don't handle the same way, and pushing them too far can lead to serious breakdowns. Instead of spending your money on mods, consider saving up for a car that's already built to perform. It'll save you time, money, and headaches in the long run. But before we start thinking about performance, another crucial mistake comes from turning your engine off too soon. Let's see why that's a problem. When you shift into park, always keep your foot on the brake. Once you're in park, engage the parking brake before releasing the pedal. It's a small step, but it can save you a big headache. Most modern cars are designed to prevent you from turning off the engine unless it's in park. But if yours doesn't have that feature, you're risking some serious issues. If you forget the parking brake, your car might roll away. That could cause damage or worse. Plus, if the car is still in gear when you try to start it, it can put a strain on the transmission and drivetrain. Even with safety features in place, don't risk it. Always set the parking brake and ensure your car is entirely stopped before switching gears. This simple habit helps keep your vehicle running smoothly and avoids unnecessary repairs down the road. Now that we've seen how turning off the car too early can damage your drivetrain, let's look at another mistake: neglecting transmission fluid changes. Ignoring your transmission fluid is like running a marathon without water. Things will break down fast. This fluid keeps your gears shifting smoothly and prevents the system from overheating. But over time it gets dirty and loses its power. Once it goes bad, your transmission starts acting up, slipping, jerking, or overheating. Left unchecked, it could fail completely. And guess what? Fixing it might cost you up to $1,500 or more. Older cars usually have a dipstick to check fluid levels, but newer models often hide it. That's why your owner's manual is your best friend. It'll show you how to check correctly. If the fluid looks dark or gritty, don't wait, get it flushed. So neglecting this one simple task can kill your transmission slowly. And just when you thought that was bad, wait for this other mistake that's easy to make, but can hurt your engine in the long run: idling in drive for too long. Leaving your car in drive while idling might not break your drivetrain right away, but it does slowly wear things down. When you're just sitting there, the engine keeps running, the cylinders keep firing, and parts like the belts and alternator stay busy doing all that work for no real reason. It's like leaving the treadmill on while you're off getting a snack. Over time, this habit adds up, causing your engine to age faster without adding any miles. That's why highway driving is better than city driving. Less stop and go means less stress. So, if you're only stopping briefly, like a minute or two, it's fine to leave the engine running. But if you're going to be parked longer than that, it's smarter to shift into park or turn off the engine completely. And speaking of habits that wear your engine out, here's another one a lot of drivers do without thinking: shutting the car off immediately after a hard, fast drive. Let's get into that next. Just finished a long drive or hopped off the highway? Don't rush to turn your engine off. Automatic cars get seriously hot under their hood, especially after heavy driving. Shutting it down too fast can lead to something called a heat soak. That's when heat gets trapped inside the engine and starts cooking your parts from the inside out, like your exhaust manifold, hoses, and even your turbo if you have one. That kind of damage doesn't show up immediately, but over time, it'll hit you with repair bills that hurt. The fix is simple: let your car idle for about a minute before shutting it off. That allows the engine to cool down gradually and keep everything in good shape. It's like giving your car a breather after a workout. It's an easy move, but it makes a big difference. Now here's the deal: driving an automatic might feel easy, but these silent mistakes, it could potentially turn your smooth ride into a money pit. It's not just about avoiding repairs, it's about keeping your car running like it should, without those surprise visits to the mechanic. So tell us, how many of these mistakes have you been making without even realizing it? Tell us your tales and secrets in the comments down below. We're excited to hear them. And if this video saved you from a $1,000 disaster, or taught you something new, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. You don't want to miss our next breakdown of drivers' biggest car mistakes. Now let's talk about little things with significant impact. What's under your hood? If you don't know, the next mistake could leave you stranded. Turning your engine on and off repeatedly could put a strain on your car's starter, battery, and ignition system. Sure, newer cars come with auto start-stop features, but manually turning it off too often could lead to more problems down the road. If you're stuck waiting for just a minute or two, it's better to leave the engine running. Constantly restarting puts unnecessary stress on your car's components, and it might not save as much fuel as you think. In short, don't overdo it while the engine is cycling. Let your car idle during short stops, and save the shutdowns for longer breaks. Your starter, battery, and wallet will thank you. So, got a habit of shifting into neutral at every red light? Let's clear up why that's not doing your car any favors. You pull up to a traffic light, shift into neutral and think, hey, this is smart, like giving the engine a break. But for modern vehicles, this habit is mostly outdated. Today's transmissions are designed to idle smoothly and drive without causing extra wear. Constantly flipping to neutral and back could add more wear to your transmission over time. And if you're caught off guard when the light changes, that little delay could be risky. Unless you're sitting still for a long stretch, just leave it in drive and keep your foot on the brake. It's easier, safer, and better for your transmission overall. You think turning the engine off at every little stop saves fuel? You might want to hold off on that one. Auto start-stop systems are designed to improve fuel economy, but are not meant for every situation. In slow-moving stop-and-go traffic, constantly shutting off and restarting your car can wear down the starter motor and drain the battery faster. It's like turning your computer off and on every 2 minutes, which is unnecessary and not great long-term. If your car lets you turn the feature off, it's worth doing when traffic's heavy. Save the auto stop-start for smoother city drives with fewer interruptions. Your starter and battery will thank you later. Well, saving gas sounds great, until it costs you in repairs. Here's a habit that takes 2 seconds to fix, but not everyone does it. Even if you're parked on level ground, skipping the parking brake is risky. That little park gear in your transmission, it's not meant to hold your whole car's weight by itself. Over time, this stresses the parking pawl, a small but crucial part inside your transmission. If that part fails, you'll have a serious repair bill. The fix is simple. Always use your parking brake. Flat driveway or busy parking lot, it doesn't matter. Make it a habit, and you'll protect your car's safety and your wallet. Don't forget to share this with your friends who drive automatic cars. Stay tuned for more tips on preventing major damage. Now let's talk about the service most people never think about until it's too late. Your transmission needs care, just like your engine does. It's full of moving parts, hydraulic pressure, and sensitive sensors. Ignore it, and things could go downhill fast. Jerky shifting, overheating, and eventually full-blown failure. When a transmission fails, repairs can cost thousands. The good news is that regular service keeps it healthy. That means fluid changes, inspections, and following the schedule in your owner's manual. Skipping this kind of maintenance isn't saving money. It's setting yourself up for a financial headache later. A little loving care now avoids a huge bill later. Last but definitely not least, this one's something some people overlook, but it could seriously mess with your car's health. Skipping regular maintenance is like ignoring your health until you land in the ER. It might seem like no big deal at first, but your car runs on a system of parts that all depend on each other. Oil changes, air filters, coolant flushes, and spark plugs all matter. Neglecting just one can lead to breakdowns, overheating, or engine failure. And the worst part? Most cars won't show obvious signs of trouble until it's too late. Your owner's manual spells out when things need to be done. It's best to follow it. It's not exciting, but it's the easiest way to keep your ride strong, safe, and stress-free. These are just a few of the things you should avoid doing in your automatic car if you want to keep it running smoothly. Trust me, you don't want to end up with costly repairs down the road. So, what other mistakes would you add to this list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more car tips and tricks to help you keep your ride in top shape. Catch you in the next one.